And so we can control that by rubbing the sugar. If wherever it's the warmest, that's where it's going to move. So if it's moving too much someplace, I can rub with my hand that area and slow it down so that it doesn't move. I never touch with my hand what I want to move. So what we do is we heat up this the stick a little bit just to get it warm so that it's going to adhere to it. And then when we cut the piece of sugar, we have to cut a piece that does not have any seams on it. So what we do is we take it like so, and we come around here. That doesn't have any seams on it. We put a little heat there, and then we put it onto this stick. Now, I'm not touching any of this because I need that to move, but what I do want is it to come up off the stick. Otherwise, I won't be able to get that stick out or the dowel out come the time when it's supposed to come out of it. So, I bring it up past the stick. I'm not touching anything up here. I pump it a little bit, and there's going to be a delay action of when that air is going in. So I look at it, you can see it moving a little bit here. I want it to move more up here, so I'm going to cool this down here by the stick down. That's where it's the hottest because I touched it here and it's thinner there. You see it's going to start moving here. See, it's moving here, so I want that to stop moving, so I cool that down, not touching up here. I don't want to cool that. So now it's moving out, so I cool that down. It's getting thin here. I don't want that, so I need to cool that down, but I'm not touching the top. Top needs to stay warm, but I cool down where I don't want it to move. We're going to do I'm just showing you a sphere right now, but we're going to do a oblong. Now if it gets real thin here, I need to cool that down. I have more sugar around down here than I do on top, so I need to cool that.
That's crazy.
So if I was going to do a pear or something like this would be maybe a good shape for a pear. Then I could put it here and then just keep it on a fan. And then when I pull the heat up and pull this stick out, I push that back down to give the pear indentation and then an airbrush and whatnot, and that would be an okay pear to have. Okay. So this is clear. We didn't make this opaque. That's why you can see right through it. But we're going to be doing fish, and we want to have that effect. We're going to get to where it's going to be thicker and not as clear, and when we do the fish, we'll flatten out one side so that we can connect it to, it'll be a little more pointed. I pushed that down in its pear shape now, and that's not good. But that's basically how we get a sphere. What's going to happen if it gets too cold? You guys take too long, typically is what happens to do it, and you keep trying to pump air into it, and this is what happens.
Breaks. Whoa.
We're going to hear that a lot tonight. Because you let it go, it gets too cold, and then you keep trying to put air into it. And we can't do this at all. Could you hand that tray of cookies to Carol right there for me? Sometimes we think, oh, it's getting too cold, it's not moving anymore, and we put it under the light. You can't do that because then just the surface of that outside's getting warm. we have to have a warm heat, uniform heat, which this is. We fold it into itself, and then we take what we need off of here. We don't just go right through it. That's going to give us an oblong piece with creases in it. We have to actually go around this way when we're cutting it. And as soon as we do that, then we go here a little bit, we put it on the stick, bring it down, never touching this top here, and then we start to blow it by pressing and putting air into it. And you cool down what you don't want to move, and you do that with your hand. Have fun.